Hey folks, Michael here with MULE Expedition Outfitters, and for this installment on the Build series featuring this 2022 Toyota Tundra, we're going to be looking at all things recovery and armor. Now, when you're going out on different travels, whether you do solo travel or looking to even possibly help somebody else out that might be stuck, having the ability to do self-recoveries or just recoveries in general is amazing, especially on some of the trails that we explore on. On top of that, having the peace of mind and vehicle insurance, if you will, with having the proper armor and protection on your vehicle is going to give you that peace of mind when you're traveling on trails that might be a little bit technical or that might make contact depending on the type of obstacles that you might be trying to go over. So in this video, we're just going to be covering a few of those items that we have outfitted on the Tundra here, and we're just going to kick it right off. So to begin with, up front, we have the CBI covert front bumper. Now this bumper is amazing. I personally love it because of the aesthetic of how it complements the design of the third gen Tundra. I think it looks really well with the manufacturer original concepts, and with this particular bumper it only weighs 65 pounds, which is great for overall weight savings, at least on the front end here, even though that is kind of funny with everything we have built out. But this particular bumper I feel still gives that sleek design but a lot of capabilities behind it, and one of those is including the capability of integrating a winch. So with my build here, we have a 12,500 pound come up winch that's sitting right inside the cradle there, and it fits ever so slightly, but it does fit, and it fits perfect on that cradle that CBI provided. With that, you do have two openings on the side here to access the clutch of the winch, which is fantastic too. You also have the recovery points on either side here too, for D-shackles or even soft shackles like that. They are soft shackle rated too, so the edges are rounded out, so you're not going to cut any of the material that you find in soft shackles, which is definitely great for gear longevity. Other little bonus points here are being able to still incorporate a 20-inch light bar. So we, for this setup, have an S8 light bar from Baja Designs. Absolutely love it for just visibility and safety while navigating trails at night. This bumper still gives you the ability to retain factory uses such as parking sensors, which is great. So you're not giving up anything in that regard, which I absolutely love. But overall, this really, for me personally, I think complements the front end extremely well while giving weight savings and capabilities on numerous different aspects. Now, if we're going on trips, it's nice to know that I can do a self-recovery with the winch, or if we come across somebody in need of help, having the winch of this weight rating is going to be great. And ideally, you'd want a winch that's about 2.5 times the weight of the vehicle itself. Of course, there's all kinds of different winching techniques that should go into play, as well as being safe and knowledgeable on how to properly use the winch in those circumstances. We won't get into that today, but just know that with the overall recovery capabilities, this bumper from CBI is going to do you wonders, and I definitely recommend checking them out if you're interested on looking at something with the same aesthetics and overall build needs. Now, aside from that, there's going to be armor. Now, armor on a vehicle can add weight pretty quickly, and something that you don't really think about until all the pieces are added on. Now, for the truck here and the platform that it's set up with the camper, we're not really going to be doing anything crazy as far as rock crawling and super technical trails. This is going to be more of peace of mind insurance for the armor that we have, but also multiple uses as well too. So to start off with, on the sides there on the exterior, we have the CBI Overland rock sliders with the top tread plates. And now these rock sliders are great. They're a bolt-on capability, and they provide nice protection against rocker panel damage depending on the type of trails. Now again, the likelihood of us really scraping on some big obstacles like that, and where we would really push this truck, are kind of at a minimum, but not to say that it couldn't happen. Really, where I love them too is having the dual effect of being a nice step too. The truck of this size, especially with the lift that it's on, and me of a relative short size, having the rock sliders are a nice addition for climbing in and out of the truck, especially having that flat platform of the top tread plates, and even for acting as a nice option for standing, for doing options like grabbing the grab handles on the top of the roof rack and opening and closing the camper. It provides that nice platform there too. So again, they're going to be really well rounded out for the particular needs that you're going after, vehicle protection on trails, or having a nice step for climbing in and out of the vehicle for yourself and passengers. As well as when we're looking at overall armor, we got to think about underbody protection too. So that can include everything from an engine, skid plate, transmission, even lower control arms, fuel tanks, and even rear differentials are a few to name there. For this particular setup, I have just a standard engine skid plate just to protect that oil pan there and provide a little bit of assurance if we go over anything that it's going to make contact with the skid plate first. Now, when it comes to skid plates and all that good stuff, you really kind of want to look at the opportunity of how you're going to be using your vehicle. If you're identifying with more of needing steel or aluminum, steel is going to be way stronger. It's going to be able to take a ton of abuse and really help out in the worlds of off-roading and rock crawling. But do note that it's going to add a significant amount of weight compared to aluminum. Aluminum's still very strong in its own right, but I would say as far as longevity goes and how you might be using the vehicle, you might be better off with steel in that particular application. Aluminum is great too. It won't rust as opposed to steel, so there really isn't a need to always powder coat it, but most manufacturers do offer that option. But again, it just depends on if you have a dedicated off-road vehicle or expedition vehicle versus like a daily driver where those few pounds might add up, especially if you're trying to maintain payload capacity and things like that. But again, armor and recovery options are really great, and this is just what we have outfitted on the front. Of course, depending on what type of front bumpers or even rear bumpers that you have, there's going to be additional recovery points to consider as far as self-recovery or helping others. But at MULE Expedition Outfitters, we have a wide range of manufacturers that we sell and all kinds of different install opportunities that correlate with it. So if you have any questions or looking to upgrade your vehicle, whether you're buying something for the first time or looking to swap up and upgrade to maybe to something a little bit more suitable, feel free to reach out to our team. We're more than happy to help. As always, guys, we sincerely appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.